Shakalaka. Boom. It's Killer B. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Game number 5 of this set of 4. That makes no sense, but hey, I picked an extra game to cast here. So we saw a set of 4. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen those games, go ahead and click back and check those out now. But for those of you who have, you know that that series went 2-2. Both players winning 2 games in that set. So I wanted to stream a 5th game. This one was played about a week after that initial set, but it is a Vikings v Vikings War on Arabia, and this one is for all the marbles. Anyway, we'll see Slam in the blue trunks, MBL playing in the red in this particular game. Let me turn the scores on so that we can check those out as we move forward. And we'll see what's going on. Right off the bat, Slam's map seems to strike me as a defensible map. He certainly could wall in that corner on the back and wall in this front side pretty easily. Let's see what the other flank has in store. Main gold is kind of a little bit out forward, but probably something he could wall pretty easily. Pretty damn wallable map. We haven't seen Slam walling very much in this set. He will occasionally throw up a line of palisades to block something in, but he's just not really a hardcore walling player. Plays a pretty open game, and we'll see if he ends up walling himself in this particular one. Couple deer on the front. Would not be surprised to see Slam push 1 or 2 of those in relatively early on in this one. Main stone off to the side for Slam. Very accessible, very easy to grab. Main gold on the front is a bit annoying, but I think he'll be okay. A little bit of gold in the back pocket. Okay, so early on in this game, looks like Slam has a pretty good map. Is he already pushing those deer? Yes, he is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nothing too crazy early on here. We will keep an eye on the wood lines. Not uncommon to see drushes from Vikings players. Okay, on the other side of the map, Mr. MBL sending a 4th Vill over to wood, so we could see early aggression from him. Has a nice back deer patch. It's a little far from the TC, but it's not that bad. Big deer patch on the front, very close to the berries. Could see 1 mil doing double duty here between the berries and the deer. Main gold on the front for MBL is a bit annoying. Maybe he can defend it, but yeah, it's not the greatest. Certainly can wall in this left flank pretty easily. We've seen MBL playing rather defensively in this whole set of games, all but one of them. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him wall up a bit. But the front door here is certainly going to be pretty open. Nothing easy for him to wall up. Yeah, he could do it, but we will see. We will see what Mr. MBL decides to do. For the moment, both players luring in boars, and we will speed our way through the Dark Age here. Okay, 75% speed should allow us to move pretty quickly. One thing very noticeable is that Slam's scout is coming across the map early. He's going to quickly find the main gold of his opponent, and he will roam from there around to the berries. Looks like Slam's going to have a pretty good idea of what's going on here in the front. MBL did push in 1 deer. It looks like he's ready to maybe push out and do some forward scouting of his own. Slam, for the moment, was chasing that scout. Not sure he knows exactly where he's going at the moment. Yeah, he's going to circle back around, find that extra gold pile of MBLs. Maybe find the stone here pretty soon. At the moment, Slam doing a pretty good job to reveal all of the resources. Looks like he will find the stone here and may even find this back wood line. Yes, he will. How about that? Slam has MBL's entire resource layout scouted already. It's very, very early in the game, so kudos to him. Very, very nice early scouting. MBL coming forward with his own scout. Looks like he'll find the extra gold pile there from Slam. He did not quite find the main gold. Did find a barracks. Did find a little bit of walls coming up. So he will anticipate maybe a drush. You know, Slam really does like to make those militia in the transition to feudal age. Here we go. Clicking to feudal age first. Sending 2 Vills over to gold, I would imagine. You're the best. I'm not sure what happened there. Slam might have pushed a deer over for MBL a little bit. Not exactly sure. But MBL is roaming around. He is well aware of what's going on, and the men-at-arms is probably, 2 Vills on gold is probably the order of the day for Slam. Slam will send 4 villagers forward with these initial couple militia. Let's see, is he queuing up more militia as we speak? It looks like there will be a 4th militia, and that's going to be it for now. So we're going to see a tower push on the front. We will see 4 militia from the blue player. MBL knows the militia are coming. I don't think he knows about the villagers. He does now. He has now scouted the tower push. He has a couple vills forward on this gold pile. And we'll see how this fight goes down. Man-at-Arms is slowly trickling in. MBL will, well, take a fight on this hill before Slam's Man-at-Arms is in. But he's still massively outnumbered. He's going to lose 1 militia there for free. And it looks like Slam gets Men-at-Arms just in time to push this back. MBL will lose his main gold right away. 3 villagers immediately going over to an extra gold pile on the bottom. So MBL will not lose too much time on his gold eco. Quick tower in the middle there for Slam will take away both the berries and the gold on the front and this last deer in the deer patch. So Slam with a very, very effective first tower. He's also done some really effective scouting. So he knows about this gold pile to the side, also knows about the back stone that his opponent might want to use to defend with towers of his own. So Slam roaming around at the moment has a bit of an advantage since he does have Men-at-Arms, and he is a little bit, well, he's out-teching the militia, but it is now 4-4. We'll see how this fight goes. Both scouts have taken a little bit of damage. But for the moment, just a bit of flirtation, a little bit of back and forth, both players waiting for the right fight. Okay, MBL hits the feudal age. He went up on 26, so he might be able to get up to castle a little more aggressively, but probably not at this point. He's had to invest He's had to invest a bit into these militia, and I think that's really going to slow down his uptime. Slow down his uptime. How about that? That's a weird thing to say. For the moment, 2 small armies roaming around each other. Slam really can't do much here. There's just too many villagers hanging out in this vicinity. It is really not a good place for him to poke and prod. He is, however, building a 2nd tower. He seems to be creeping toward this gold. Slam hasn't scouted that mining camp, but he is getting a little bit closer. Certainly building this tower a lot closer to that gold pile, and he might be thinking about another one on the front in a moment. For now, it does not have the stone in the bank. MBL will do something really, I think, very smart here. He sees that tower, of course, because it's right next to his house. He's going to drop a tower of his own to defend this gold pile. You get 1 tower for free with your starting stone resources, and it looks like in this case, MBL is going to use that tower to basically defend his gold and stop the tower creep in this direction. It's going to be pretty difficult for Slam to take away this gold pile now. But we will see. We'll certainly see him try, I would think. Anyway, for the moment, those 2 armies are still just flirting with each other. It looks like Slam might actually commit to the fight here, able to kill the first scout for free. Is he going to give his own scout away? Looks like he is. Kills a militia, but doesn't kill a villager. 1 vill here left on 3 HP. Slam's chasing her. Those Men-at-Arms are so damn slow. Looks like he is not going to get there. So MBL will lose a bit of villager gather time. He'll also drop an archery range, or 2 ranges rather, a couple skirms on the way. But all in all, a pretty darn effective defense there from MBL. Slam was forward early with 4 Men-at-Arms, and he didn't kill a villager, and he didn't even really kill more militia than he lost Men-at-Arms. His tower creep is stopped for a moment, couple vills there on the front. We'll grab some food. We'll see if they head back home or not. For now, Slam leaving them forward with the option of building more towers. 260 stone in the bank as we speak, and it looks like we will see a line of palisades coming up here for the blue player. Okay, so Slam is going double range archers, MBL is going double ranges, and he's initially just building skirms, so that is certainly going to be good for him to defend. And like the theme of this set of games, MBL is once again on the defense. Slam is the aggressor. MBL has defended beautifully in a couple of these games, and so far so good in this one. He's just a smidge ahead in the score. Villager count is actually +1 for Slam. MBL's got a +1.5. MBL's got a slightly larger army, but a little bit less of a threatening army. Just a couple of militia there, not really going to get much done, and a couple of skirms. Not really going to be able to kill Slam's vills very easily, but I suppose we'll see. Keep an eye on those militia, I guess. They're roaming forward. Let's see. 2 of them on very low HP. It looks like a couple wolves will get involved in the action here, and one of those militia is going to go down immediately. Sweet baby Jesus. We did just see a wolf kill a militia, and it's probably going to be 2 more militia going down here soon. We're going to walk into at least 1 more wolf on the way to Slam's base. Slam, in the meantime, palisading up the back door. Should be pretty well ready for this group. Yeah, it looks like that wolf will aggro, and we will continue to see these guys roam forward. We will continue to see this group roam forward, and guess what? Believe you me, there's a hole in the wall. There's always a freaking hole in the wall. Slam will get those first couple archers out. He is targeting down the wolves, so he is going to help MBL's militia survive if he can. The reason, of course, that these wolves are going to be released into this eco at some point, maybe on this wood line. Oh man, that would have been really useful. Now it looks like MBL will lure those wolves straight into Slam's TC. Maybe a little bit of that is due to lack of scouting. I don't think MBL knew exactly where he was trying to go. Wolves will double team this woman. Oh boy, that sounds like something, doesn't it? But she's going to be just fine. This Vil, I think, is going to hold her own. Slam is going to let this battle royale play out. Looks like those wolves will die. Okay, so MBL loses his 3 militia for not very much, but at least he annoys 1 Vil, I suppose. We can see MBL ready with skirms. He's going to stop Slam's creep forward. Slam will drop a forward stable here and start building scouts. Slam, recognizing all of the skirmishers that his opponent has decided to build a stable and some scouts, but it's really going to hurt his food eco. I mean, the wood that he spent on the stable will slow down how many farms he can build, and then, man, he's going to spend however much food. Looks like 2 scouts so far. That is certainly going to slow up his uptime. Meanwhile, MBL, just focused on defending, will soon be clicking up to the Castle Age. He will, however, probably lose this entire group of skirms. You'd have to think that a couple of scouts can take this group down pretty darn quick. Slam is now forward. Unfortunately, he does not have fletching. Interestingly, Slam with no upgrades on his archers. MBL on his side has upgraded his skirms. Yeah, that archer upgrade, that initial damage upgrade, pretty cheap. Usually you're going to see it when you have a group this big. You'll definitely see it by then. But at least for now, Slam seems to not have it. Scale barding on the way for Slam. Going to continue to beef up a couple of these scouts. Castle Age, Padded Archer, and Horse Collar coming in for MBL. MBL seems to be a little bit late to Horse Collar there, but nonetheless, Watchtower's coming up in defense. Red player has solidified his wood line here with a tower and a bit of a makeshift house wall. A couple towers as well on the top gold pile here. Actually might be under some pressure. Looks like Slam is going to come in with 4 villagers, see if he can take down this tower. MBL with just a couple of archers, but they are +1/+1. Slam at the moment has not upgraded his archers. This is really interesting. He seems to have a numbers advantage. He has a couple of scouts to meat shield. Scouts have +1 defense, but these archers are so damn wimpy. Just 4 damage and no defense upgrades. Tower is also lobbing in a bunch of arrows here. And in the end, Slam is going to lose his entire army here. Slam is going to lose his entire army. And I really think the difference would have been having +1 damage. +1 damage, I think, really could have helped him win that fight. Looks like he'll lose a villager too while he's retreating. And yeah, he's going to walk back and drop a house and maybe keep these villagers forward. Don't know what the plan's going to be. But for now, MBL hits the Castle Age, and Slam's moment to get in some damage seems to be past. If this TC goes down, this gold pile is going to be really, really safe for quite some time. Really don't know what the plan is here. You know, the Viking line going into Arbs is a totally viable option. So the upgrades on your archers are certainly not going to be wasted. Not exactly sure what Slam is up to. But he will click to the Castle Age now. He'll send his 3 villagers across the map. Still controls MBL's main gold. But he is behind for sure. 300-point difference in the score. Seems pretty accurate to me. MBL will have 2 TCs cranking out Vils, a defensive siege workshop. But more importantly, he will massively out-tech his opponent. +1/+1, soon to have crossbowmen in. On Slam's side, he's just got no upgrades. Man, he just must have forgotten to click those upgrades. Certainly seems to have forgotten the damage upgrade. MBL at the moment seems to be pretty well in control of this game. Villager count will soon flop in the other direction. MBL for the moment behind by 4, but he's soon going to be ahead by probably 10. He's got 2 TCs cranking out Vills, while Slam has 0 TCs doing so. Boncanero comes in for MBL, +2, +1, and we'll see if he can get forward and do a little bit of raiding. Slam saying no fletching, of course. Yeah, Slam just now realizing he didn't have fletching. And it seems like it might be a little bit late in the contest for him. He's going to lose 3 Vills there on the front. And something really good has to happen for the blue player here soon. His towers are getting rammed down by MBL as we speak. MBL's eco seems to be getting safer and safer. He's going to be able to go forward and do some raiding. Slam still with a pretty sizable army. He hasn't been pressured at all back at home. But at least for the moment, MBL seems to be in a great position. Seems to be in a great position to take over and win this game. +2, +1 crossbows roaming forward. This is a pretty big feudal army. Lots of skirmishers mixed in. I'm sure MBL doesn't want that fight, but it looks like he might be able to work his way. That tree has too much HP. I was thinking that woodline might get chopped through at some point, but nonetheless, MBL will walk up to the front of that woodline and take down a few Vills. So yeah, in the early game, we kind of talked about this wood line being on the front, being rather thin. It has become a real liability now for Slam. He's tried to tower it up as best he can, but he really needs to find a safer place to take wood. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have anything safer. Maybe this wood line over here would be better for a few minutes, but who knows? He's the pro. He's decided to stick to this one. He's towered it, so at least it's somewhat defended. But yeah, for the moment, Castle Age in for both players. We'll see gold mining, both MBL coming with scale barding. But Slam's tower aggression has certainly fizzled out. Really, really hard to win a game if you go forward with 4 Vills, you build towers, and you don't kill any Vills, and you don't, nothing survives from that initial tower push. Elite Skirm coming in from the blue player. It looks like he will go padded archer armor as well. MBL has gone with mostly crossbows, hiding those in the corner for now. Sending villagers out to an extra gold pile on the side. MBL still reluctant to take his own gold, at least for the moment. Villager count is +13 for the red player. He's in a really good spot. Military count is higher for Slam. Mostly elite skirms. I think he'll probably go crossbow here soon because I think he does want to go ARB eventually. Yeah, crossbowman is on the way already. So Slam's going to do some raiding here, he hopes. Let's see what he can get done. It's going to be really tricky because of the tower and TC here. Let's see, he will grab a villager from MBL for now. MBL starting to crank out a knight or 2, chain barding armor on the way. About a half dozen knights would really chop through this group pretty easily. Slam is going to walk forward enough to see that stable, and he sees that stable, and he sees that it's garrisoned, and that probably convinced him to get out of dodge. I think he sees the writing on the wall for his army. May have also seen the siege workshop. Yeah, he did. So Slam's not going to push on that side, not with the siege workshop, not with a potential mangonel popping out at any moment. Looks like a forward villager is out here trying to drop a siege workshop for Slam. He's going to continue to be the aggressor, probably on 1 TC. Looks like it's going to be a university on the back so we can grab ballistics. But yeah, just 1 TC for the blue player for now. MBL still roaming around trying to work his way in. He can actually push through these palisades pretty easily. Slam is not going to be able to defend that with an army very quickly. For the moment, the main army from Slam is out on the front here, trying to do some damage to MBL. MBL seems to be kind of sort of in a position to, I'm not really in a great position to defend this. Oh, Slam's going to wall him in. Great trap from Slam. He's going to get 4 villagers because of it. Slam with a beautiful trap there. It's stopping MBL from being able to retreat into the fog of war with those vills. And he's going to actually only get 3 of them. Is he going to get the 4th? No, he's going to run right past the 4th villager. Oh, I just love to see villagers being killed. 1 villager missed there is just making me sad. Anyway, Monastery coming up for Slam to help his push on the front. MBL brings back an army of crossbows, but they are going to be pretty much Yeah, they're going to be killed for free. There's really, they might have got 1 or 2 shots off. But they go down really, really quickly. Ram rolling in to take down this tower. It looks like the army from Slam will start to roam forward. He's going to try to grab a mango for the moment. We'll take a pretty good mangonel shot onto this group and try to retreat. See if he can get this tower down. Quite a few knights here from MBL, +2/+2. Another good mangonel shot there from MBL from the bottom of that hill. MBL's mango shots are on point this game. Villager or 2 going down. Looks like 1 villager going down there for the red player. Slam can kill this tower, I think, with this ram, but he's just too busy retreating at the moment, keeping his focus on this small army, trying to kill a couple of knights and retreat. It looks like Slam will eventually knock down that tower. MBL will rush that ram down with villagers. But maybe more importantly, the entire army of crossbows and skirms, they're going to get chewed up. There's just 4 or 5 knights here. 4 knights here. They're going to pretty easily chase down this army and kill quite a few of these units. Oh, and a monk as well. And a mangonel as well. Actually, that was MBL's mangonel. So it looks like MBL will lose a mango there behind the monastery, but all in all, the red player here really getting a good fight in, able to basically secure his side with a mangonel and take down a pretty large army of crossbows and skirms with knights. Cool, so it looks like that's pretty much that for the moment. MBL still pushing out against Slam's reinforcements. Slam with +2/+2 is going to stand behind a meat shield of a couple of knights, only +1 defense on those. A little bit out-teched by MBL's knights, but in the end, it looks like Slam will be able to hold the center of the map. All that being said, in the meantime, MBL has gotten out to an 18 villager advantage. We've seen MBL with a villager count advantage in probably every game this series. He's been much more focused on building up an eco and playing a little bit defensively. In some games, playing a lot defensively. And this game seems to be no different. His opponent, Slam here, is, he's like chopping through his wood line as we speak. He's pretty raidable. That being said, he's just putting down a second TC. But man, he's got a lot of area here that is really not that well protected. This front gold is eventually going to be mined through. And he's going to be out here in kind of no man's land on the front and out here to the side, taking gold. MBL could definitely do some good damage with a couple of knights, especially with +2 defense. We'll see if that happens, but for now, it is MBL building a market and just continuing to play a little bit defensively. Alright, couple vills going down here on the side. Looks like Slam able to catch MBL slightly unaware. He's actually going to idle a huge chunk of this eco. Villagers making a run for it. A couple female vills going down there. This guy right here, he has got quite a big set of balls. Holy cow. This fella is just farming away. No, now you're dead. That's what you get for not paying attention, bro. He just kept farming. He's like, everybody's leaving? I'm not leaving. It's like those people when a tornado rolls in. I'm not leaving my home. Anyway, at the moment, crossbows getting in some good damage. They're going to kill a few knights here. But in the end, I think this army of crossbows is probably toast. MBL with +2 knights should be able to chop through him pretty quick. He could also reinforce a bit here soon. One skirmisher just lobbing javelins from a distance. Javelin catching is on the mind at the moment for Slam's army. They're just slowly but surely getting dwindled down. So MBL will deal with this aggression, but in the end, Slam does idle a lot of vills, and I think he did kill probably 3 villagers on that side. Pretty good raiding from the blue player who has been all about that base, all about that offense rather. No treble though. At the moment, Castle squaring off, MBL's is on the hill, definitely in a better position. Gonna be able to knock down this stable here slowly but surely, or I suppose this mining camp. Slam will take the counter castle position here, but he's going to have a hill disadvantage. He's also going to see MBL hit the Imperial Age first. MBL will be able to pop out some trebs here pretty early in the Imperial Age and probably get this castle for free. Hopefully these villagers don't stray too far. They're going to be needed. Slam will click up to Imp. He's going to be about a minute behind, minute and a half behind his opponent. Gold Shaft Mining coming for MBL, who has finally taken that gold on the front. He's going to drop a University of his own and grab some Ballistics here in a moment. Both guys should probably end up going into some ARBs as this game rolls forward. Couple of Knights, though, from either player, really couple Knights from MBL could be incredibly effective. I mean, there's just... How many villagers are there here? 20? There's about 20 vills there just standing in the front. They're guarded by 4 crossbows. Those villagers are awfully weak. One vill on the back mining by herself. Just gonna go play by myself, guys. There's 20 vills on this patch of 4 gold that has one side exposed. There is 1 vill on this patch of 4 gold that has all sides exposed. What is going on, Slam? Slam's having a rough game, man. He forgot fletching. Now he's just... His eco looks like a clusterfuck, but we'll see. We'll see. He'll pull it back together. Slam is the man. The fact that he's alive in this game really is a testament to how good of a player he is. His tower push failed. He lost a bunch of villagers early on. MBL is still going to be 15 vills ahead of him. But Slam's still got the bigger military. He's going to be Imp pretty soon, and he still has a really viable chance to win. I think MBL is in the driver's seat. The scores, I think, reflect that as well. But the fact that MBL isn't doing any raiding is maybe to Slam's advantage. Slam has chopped through this wood line on the front now. He's really, really open. Like, I mean, this entire area could be run into with Knights. Granted, this side relatively safe in the shadow of that TC. But Slam's saving grace so far is that MBL has not decided to do anything on the offensive side. He's been on 1 TC all game, and has 1 TC with 76 vills in the Imperial Age. Shouldn't say all game. He did build a second TC a few minutes back, but mostly a 1 TC build thus far. Anyway, enough of my yakking and yakking on. At the moment, we'll see Arb and Bracer coming in for the blue player right away. MBL will go Siege Ram. He did not go Arb. For the moment, it is crossbows. He's putting his money into Trebs. Slam at the moment floating a bit of wood, a bit of food. MBL, though, seems to have a bit more of every resource than his opponent. 2 Trebs are out for the red player. He's going to have capped rams on the way. Siege Ram will be in relatively soon. He's going to go with Arbs of his own. Slam here is going to lose this castle. There are no villagers close enough to repair it. And it does look like it's going to go down full free. That is a bummer. Blue player there will lose his castle for free. And he's going to have to decide if he's going to push against that hill or if he's going to try to circle around and try to hit MBL on the flank. Slam's got the bigger army. He's 20 units ahead, but this hill is a nasty, nasty hill. It's going to be Arbs and elite skirms and soon to be a bunch of siege rams waiting on top of this hill. But it looks like this fight is going down right here, right now. Hill bonus will be in MBL's favor. He's got to make sure not to target the rams. Of course, they soak up a ton of arrow fire. It's pointless to shoot arrows at them. Well, it's not pointless, but it's very, very tedious. Arbs and skirms on the bottom of the hill are going to be also focusing down these rams. Obviously, MBL with the higher ram upgrade should do pretty well in this fight. Couple of knights will roam in, though, and grab a few rams, but you can see Slam's ram number is really dropping quickly. He's just got 2 rams left at the moment. Knights end up all completely KO'd, and looks like these rams will probably equalize each other. Slam's still fighting uphill here. MBL's castle can probably start to weed out some of these Arbs. Kill those expensive Arbs that are not very arrow resistant if he can. Looks like MBL will push back against his opponent for a moment. This is really like a false retreat, though. I think Slam's ready to turn around and fight at some point. There's a bunch of elite skirms here, but elite skirms, they're not quite as tough as Arbs. They don't really stand toe-to-toe that great. Very cost-effective unit, but you definitely need more numbers than that. At the moment, it looks like 2 rams will go down here from MBL. He's trying to grab this forward siege workshop, but it doesn't seem like it's in the cards. And it looks like the red player will retreat back home. Meanwhile, on other flanks, MBL is taking down the monastery and siege workshop of his opponent Slam. He's got a castle on top of the hill. He's going to continue to roam out with siege rams and take over map that was initially his part of the map. 3 vills still on the corner, taking a little bit of stone. MBL will start collecting some relics there. And for the moment, it just absolutely looks like the red player's game to win. 113 vills right now. Let's see if there are any more villagers queued up. Yeah, still a couple of vills queued up or a vill queued up in one TC. The other TC is idle. So 113, maybe 120 is going to be the total number. Slam at the moment with 2 TCs, both of which are idle. He's going to be on 80 villagers, at least for now. Seems to be cranking everything out into ARB production. Arbs and Rams at the moment is the order of the day. Looks like MBL has gone to Onager. Should help him defend his hill. Love it when MBL goes to Onager in the late game. He's got great Onager micro. He's also just a really crafty Black Forest player. Loves to hang out on the right hill, on the smartest hill to be on, with an Onager or a siege Onager, and just try to chop through his opponent. That Onager, though, didn't do a whole lot. At the moment, it looks like MBL getting chewed through pretty quickly. He's probably going to lose this Treb. But I think his castle will probably stand as long as he can get another Onager or 2 out here in a moment. Let's see. Red player at the moment is going to build a watchtower behind his castle. And that's going to be it for now. What is the response? He's got to have a couple Onagers queued. Onager pops out as we speak. MBL is going to continue to try to defend his side. Yeah, now 2 Onagers out. We'll see if he can get this done. These Rams on the front might be able to take down this castle. Berserk coming out as well from MBL. A couple more towers circling all the way around this castle. And it looks like for now, the red player will solidify his hold of this hill. MBL's towers around the castle are really nice because these units camped out under the castle are still taking arrow fire from the towers. We shall see, but it does look like Slam's ram train here is pretty much going to have to return to the station. Looks like that ram train is going to be in full retreat. A couple of those rams will survive for the moment. Berserk's in hot pursuit. Berserk just took an Onager shot to the face, but he is alive. Looks like for now, Slam will he'll walk back, regroup, take a decent Onager shot onto the corner of his group of units. But all in all, pretty good micro here from the blue player. Oh boy, really good micro there from Slam, able to get that Onager down. But MBL is cranking him out 2 by 2, and he is not going to let up until he can beat this back. The Onagers so far have been just enough to hold the hill. The castle is up, but it is in some serious trouble. A couple of Rams here really knocking on the front door. Big Slam could get the job done. He's only got 3 Rams forward, though. 3 Rams forward, soon to be 2, soon to be 1. MBL repairing. And it looks like the castle is going to stay up. So that was a really important part of the match. Looks like MBL able to hold this hill and keep his castle alive for now. Slam will retreat once again, drop another archery range, and continue to build up his military. Military numbers now, though, are dead equal. MBL with quite a few idols, but he has a big villager advantage. Slam just on 91. Seems to have really slowed down his villager production. So MBL is taking all these extra gold piles all around the map, starting to build forward ranges, starting to maybe think about making a bit of a push. He's got a couple of berserks on the map, but it's mostly elite skirms, mostly trash and siege at this point. Onagers absolutely doing great damage. Guard tower will come in soon for MBL. He's going to go ahead and beef up all these watchtowers that he has, and we'll finally get to see somebody use the guard tower upgrade. Slam will come forward with another pretty massive group of siege rams, but now there are 5 Onagers waiting with open arms. We'll see how this goes. Slam's going to run down a couple of those. He's going to try to at least. Berserks, though, will intercept his rams, and he's going to lose those front 2 rams for free. Rams on the other side able to grab an Onager, maybe going to be able to grab 2. I think in the end, this train of rams is going to end up not resulting in a dead castle. I think this castle's going to survive. There's like 2 or 3 berserks in there, and they really have been a massive game changer. The Onager micro has been pretty good, but those, yeah, there's like four berserks there that have really probably knocked down the most important rams in the ram train. Nonetheless, looks like those rams will drop. The castle will stand for the moment. Guard towers are in full force, shooting out arrows as fast as they can. Couple villagers rushing down a ram there. Slam able to kill a lumber camp. It's a bummer. The only thing that he didn't really need to kill in the whole area. But in the end, it does look like this hill is going to be held by MBL. Slam has been on the offensive all game, but I finally see a little bit of red inside of his base. A couple of siege rams inside of his base. He can rush those down with vills, but he didn't do so quite in time to save his TC. Slam here was just a little bit too far behind after trying to put feudal pressure on MBL. He did do some great raiding and almost got himself back in the game, but there was just a couple of really rough fights. There was a fight over here on one of these towers. I think it was this tower in the feudal age that was just absolutely devastating. MBL going to +2 knights in the castle age really did also turn the tide for him. Another game by MBL where he was playing very defensively, but hey, it's been working for him. He's been focusing on building up an eco and defending himself, and that has been getting him wins. And this set of 4 with the bonus 5th game here is going to go to MBL. So